Hello again, everybody, and welcome to CTN Sports Game of the Week. I'm Nick Wisniewski, joined, as always, by Kevin, the Mayor Bryant. We are here at Pioneer High School, where the visiting Adrian Maples are coming to town for some boys hoops. Kevin, what are we in for tonight?
Well, it's senior night. It's a Tuesday, and like I said before, Pioneer is really sneaky good on Tuesday nights. They've only dropped one game. That was the first game of this month. So on a Tuesday, senior night, I'm looking for some big things out of the Pioneers. They don't usually play a crossover game against the Adrian Maples, so it's going to be exciting to see how Rich Marion's squad responds to a team they're not familiar with, Nick.
Tuesday night special here in Ann Arbor. Stick around, tip-off is coming right up. And here we go, everybody. Tip-off just moments away. Kevin Bryant over here with Nick Wisniewski. As we were just having a discussion, exactly what county Adrian, Michigan is in. We'll Google that later. But tip-off is off. Senior night, as Kevin said in the intro, so you're seeing a few different faces out there starting for the Pioneers.
And Maples come out in their tough man-to-man defense. I remember back in the day they were known for a zone defense, so coming out man is a little different, but we're going to get a chance to learn a lot about the Maples tonight, being our first time on CTN.
Yeah, breaking the ice with CTN. Like that a lot. Well matched up teams. There's the pass up ahead to number 2. That's a Marion Ficklin, and that's going to give the Maples a quick 2-0 lead.
Coach Marion's not going to like that turnover on a possession where you're moving the ball around.
It's Antonio Christian missing front iron. Stevie Elam coming up with the ball. Yeah, you mentioned it, Kevin, that that tough defense for Adrian right now. We'll see if they stick with that the whole way going man-to-man, or if they're going to be one of those teams that switches it up and gets some of that zone in there just to pepper in a different look every now and then.
And it's nice to see all 5 starters for Coach Marion are what? The seniors. Seniors and a junior out there.
On this Tuesday evening. Yeah. Here we go. Take a look at that nice cut coming back in. Tough D. Nice block there by number 35. That's Reed Uhas for the Pioneers.
And Uhas did a great job of keeping that ball in bounds after the block, too. A lot of contact, no fall, though.
Block play there by Madden Delaney, but couldn't find it. Once again, brought it up by Stevie Elam. Elam with a slick cross trying to cut down into the paint area.
I was mentioning, he's the leading scorer on the Maples, the Elam is, and he's the guy that really is the one that stirs the drink for that squad.
Ficklin off the front iron there, but rebounded by Sean Parker, puts it in, and now 4-0 for the Maples. Pioneer's going to be working it around. One-handed bounce pass with an attempt in for Madden Delaney, but just couldn't quite find it there. And here we'll see that solid rebound. Great job coming up with it and finishing strong there, Sean Parker.
With the left hand as well.
Yeah, didn't really have his body squared to the bucket, just threw it up there. And
Put it on that box,
yep,
right?
Yep. Parker goes in tight again, but too many big bodies in there for the Pioneers, and Uhas gets the ball up in transition.
Delaney playing big. That's what Coach Marion likes to see. Not leaving his feet, but allowing the offensive player to bring the ball right in front of him.
Yeah, at least so far these Maples are not too tall, not too long. So if you're going to try to keep going into Delaney, or if you like your defenders to stay down low, like you said, don't leave home, don't leave your feet, just put your hands up and let the play come to you.
Well, I really like what you're saying here, and see this. I don't know if that was a chicken wing that got out of control there, but by Delaney. But again, a little bit of flopping. A little bit of flopping.
Bodies flying around. Bodies
He
flying
sold
around
it
down
well.
there. Yes, exactly right. Nice backdoor cut there by Stevie Elam. Well seen. Great job receiving that one, and then strong finish by Elam. Maples up 6-0. 5 minutes left to go here in the first quarter.
Well, Elam, you heard, if you can hear on that call that Christensen said, he said backdoor. He let his teammate know. Teammate was just slow to react on that cut.
And communication is so important, especially at this point in the season. These guys should all be on the same page. Everybody should be able to read each other's minds out there, know when something's open. And if they're not communicating it, it probably ain't going to be there.
Especially for a team that hasn't had a run like the River Rats where you've only dropped one game. Both of these squads have had an up and down roller coaster season. To your point, practices this week, they should be some of the most crisp practices that both coaching staffs have seen all year long, because these guys are 1 or 2 games away from districts.
Right you are about that. However, finished strong by the Maples there. That's Amarian Ficklin. That's his second bucket of the evening. And now an 8-0 lead.
And I think this is almost timeout time to develop a play if you're the Pioneers.
Well, you've got to think that these are the seniors here. Long 3 chance there by Dylan Pasternak.
But think about the first 5 possessions. You've had 3 turnovers. You've had poor shot selection. It just seems like maybe sometimes all the seniors aren't on the floor at the same time. Not that continuity that your normal lineup might bring.
Right, that's what you would think with all seniors out there right now. You'd think they'd have the maturity to bring this together one way or another. All by themselves without the necessary timeout. There's Uhas looking for his man coming up. Ball saved, and now the Maples are going to bring it up in transition.
That is the story
Meanwhile,
of
Antonio
Pioneers' first
Christian
quarter.
is trying to hustle to get back. Elam hits a 3.
Timeout
Rebounded,
now.
tipped in by Ficklin.
I mean,
And there's an exodus on that bench for the Pioneers right now. 4 dudes just popped up, and with 3:45 to go here in this first quarter, we are going to see a wholesale shift of what the Pioneers are all about.
it might be junior night here in a minute.
Soon to be senior night. There's Christian. Back iron. Offensive rebound by the Pioneers, though. They're going to work it around, try to find some sort of open shot. I think that's part of the problem is the Pioneers haven't found an open shot yet.
Well, they haven't had a real good full set, too. I mean, their offense looks a little bit discombobulated, and that's odd, being that this is the first quarter. Halfway finished, and Pioneer hasn't even broke their seal yet.
Massive block. I believe that was Antonio Brown coming flying in from the elbow. Here you see Uhas looking for Christian. Couldn't find him. Christian not only didn't come up with it, but he handed it back off to the Maples. And then fast break points in the corner. Elam misses, but a slick tip in by Ficklin.
And Ficklin is the one that started that play, Nick. He's the one that got his hands in the passing lane, caused the ball to go off Christensen's leg to start that fast break.
Massive hustle play. You love that. You love that in high school, the hustle.
Man, 5th turnover already for the Pioneers.
That's Tristan Hayes for the Maples going high glass, but not getting that one to fall. The 2 Pioneers in his face. Elam spin-a-rooney off the side. And now the Pioneers off in transition. Here we've got Nate Freisler. Goes in strong, finishes. Oh, are you kidding me? How did that not go in?
I mean, that was 4 quarters of the way down, not 3 quarters of the way down.
I was ready to call first bucket for Pioneer, but apparently not. Freisler just with some awful rim luck.
All of this action, and Coach Marion has yet to use a timeout. That's odd.
He's letting his guys play. He's going to let them work it out for themselves.
And maybe this is something of him trying to build some confidence, and I believe in you guys.
You might be right. That's Antonio Brown with the big 3. And now 13-0 Maples. 2 minutes left. The Pioneers have yet to record their first bucket. You know, Kevin, you mentioned about this deep in the season and everybody should be on the right page, but you got to remember last week they had 3 canceled school days. Those are days they're not practicing. So things could be a little discombobulated. Timing could be a little bit off. And this game is not an SEC game. This isn't a tournament game yet. So, maybe let them play.
The concentration level isn't there as well, too.
Maybe it could be a little bit of that, but it might just be let's see where the chips fall. And that chip from Stevie Eland falls in. Finger rolls that in. 15-0. Visiting Maples right now, and the Pioneers have got to figure something out right here, right now.
Yeah, I mean, to be you don't even need to be a fly on the wall. It is calm down as you're the Pioneers. Again, another possession that goes the wrong way.
And here it is, wrong way for the Pioneers, correct way for the Maples. Quick hands, real handsy down in there. They're poking the ball away, and then with that backside defense, seeing where the ball's coming out, grabbing it, and going. We've seen Stevie Elam already look real good. He's got quick hands, he's fast, he's got a nice first step, and he finishes really strong.
And he's kind of got a football-sized body. Big, strong legs, but not a small upper body as well either.
Square, yep. Let's see the Pioneers coming off that timeout, looking for their first bucket here of this one.
Conti, nice pass inside. Wow.
More hands by the Maples, doing a great job of getting in there, finding the ball, poking things away, and then also having that player come and pick it up. There's another long 3 by the Maples. Rebounded by Nelson Sampa.
Well, I tell you, Nick, I mean, you were saying how long the Pioneers are. Freisettler seems to be a foot longer than everyone else, yet he's outside the three-point line, top of the key. Why not get a bucket or a play designed with him down low?
Freisler is dangerous from outside, but you're right. You'd think that they'd be trying to find him somewhere down on the block and bring some of these players, bring some of these defenders down in to try to stop him or front him and then see what he can do maybe. You're right.
Well, and not just taking an outside shot. I know he's good from the outside, but also maybe just drawing a foul and get to the foul line and give yourself an opportunity to break that seal. I mean, we only have 37 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah, you've got to get off this Schneid in the first quarter. I mean, there's a lot of game left regardless, but you need to get in there and get a bucket here.
See, that's a shot I'd love to see him take right there. Freisettler right inside the paint, 10 feet away.
Good ball movement here by the Pioneers. They're going to find somebody down low, and that's Tyler Mutinda.
Nice move there.
And Mutinda draws the foul with 18 seconds here to go in this first quarter, and maybe first points for the Pioneers.
Well, I like the preface there.
I don't want to hold up the jinx.
Several balls have been 3 quarters, 4 quarters of the way down.
That's absolutely true. Solid work there by Mutinda to get that one in. And there's the first bucket for the Pioneers. Now we got it. Now we're going to build our way up. You got to get that first field goal next.
Boy, your glass is always half full, sir.
Great offensive rebound there by the Pioneers. They work it around. That's a long one there by Hussein Kandi. No go. And that's going to go out of bounds, and the Maples are going to have 9 seconds to bring this one up court and see what they can do with it one last time here in this first quarter. Ficklin bringing it in, high screen. Great job taking that one more step to get in there and try to lay one in. No go. But again, handsiness down there for the Maples.
That might have been foul.
Almost one last chance. I do not think that they called that one, maybe.
It looks like the ref may have called one. Yeah, it looks like he got Freisettler on that foul, and that'll be 2 shots.
So Amarian Ficklin, with no time left here in this first quarter, all by himself out there. Loneliness for the first one.
That's a tough shot, right? When you're by yourself, it's just like that technical shot.
It's just so different. So different.
It just put one person down on the box.
Here we can see that last second Ficklin goes in, and he asked for it, and he still swiped that away. And then it was, like, as you said, Kevin Freisler with the second opportunity to foul. Did it. Ficklin pleads his case, gets one. It gets 1 out of the 2. puts the Maples up 16-1 at the end of the first quarter. Just an amazing start and just a shocker, stunner, mouths agape here for the Pioneers. But as mentioned, there is a lot of ball game left. Stick around with us, folks, for CTN Sports Game of the Week.
For 20 years, the Bryant Community Center has enhanced the quality of life in Ann Arbor. The facility is owned by the City of Ann Arbor's Parks Department and operated by Community Action Network, CAN, allowing the city to share its space, and in return, CAN provides community support. CAN partners with children, youth, and families from under-resourced Washtenaw County neighborhoods to create better futures for themselves and improve the communities in which they live. The Bryant Community Center hosts a food pantry, academic achievement, and life skill enrichment programs, in addition to a variety of other services for eligible families. The site is available for receptions, special events, and meetings. For more, visit a2gov.org/parks.
And welcome back, everybody, to the start of the second quarter here at Pioneer High School, where, as you see if you've got your eyes open, Adrian Maples up 16-1 after one quarter of play. Also, if you've done any Googling in the last 8 minutes, like I have, Adrian is in Lenawee County. It's the county seat of Lenawee County. So there's that. So we've learned something. After that quarter end, I wonder what the Pioneers learned from their coach, Coach Marion.
Play some defense. I mean, a lot of the buckets that were put in, we only saw 1 3-pointer out of the Maples. A lot of them were layups.
Yeah.
So get a hand up in that defensive lane and stop turning the ball over on offense.
Well, I think what you just said it right on. Like, they've got to protect the ball better. Anytime you talk to a coach pregame, post-game, week of a game, they always talk turnovers. Like, I'm sick of hearing it because obviously. But when it's game day and when you see it, when it comes to fruition, now you know why they say it. Now you know why
in
they're
this
so
game,
hard on
too.
it.
In basketball, a turnover leads to an easy bucket on the other end, and that's what we saw a lot of on times where Pioneer was driving to the rim, losing the bucket, and going down the other end.
And that's Reed Uhas, senior of the moment right now. 3-pointer, and that gets Pioneer up, only down by 12 now.
Boy, Pioneer needed that. That's the way they would love to have started the game, but to begin the second quarter, as you said, Nick, a lot of time left in this game, and that's the first quarter that you don't even want to look at this tape.
Yeah, we talked about turnovers being so cliche, but another coach speak cliche is always going to be one possession at a time.
It is.
Don't think too hard.
Yep.
Don't look at the clock.
Well, you can't score more than one time, right?
That's exactly right. And here we'll see a replay here
Good
on
hand
that
by
last.
Supa.
Yep, great defense.
Man, that was kind of light on the call there. That was a moving screen.
Sounded like it. Coach Marion not super excited about that call.
It didn't even look like a lot of contact on the defensive guy into the offensive guy that's setting the screen, Matinda.
And we see Coach Marion, one of those coaches that doesn't tend to get too riled up.
He can't hide it.
But when it happens, you can see it. Exactly right. They've got a rebound. The Pioneers in transition. Finds Uhas in the corner. He might be feeling it, but no. Ficklin grab and go over to Elam. Slow floater. Elam comes up with his own board, and they're going to be calling that foul, I believe. I mean, it's definitely on Pioneer. Massive effort there by Stevie Elam. You can see him come up. Drags, lifts that floater right in there, waits on it, very patient, and then Uhas a little too aggressive with that box out.
Yeah, I mean, when you got a guy in the air, that's a scary feeling to coming down, and it's not, that is a terrible feeling that you can't have a landing pattern right up under you.
Right on. Right, you are. Pioneers doing a little bit better job of getting into their offense and finding something set.
Now
and Tyler Matinda
with
with the finish
there.
Yep. I mean, maybe that's one of the things that Coach Marion said. Maybe he looked at his big guys and said, hey, you need to take this over. We're going to try to get the ball into you. You do what you need to do to finish strong. And getting those rebounds, not giving up those offensive rebounds is another huge aspect of that.
Well, it's huge. Like we said, getting the ball down low, when you utilize what you have as an advantage. And right now, Mutunda, he's coming over looking to take over. I love that move.
Right,
He
Mutunda.
went inside to come back to his left. Good move.
Yeah, not only is Mutunda just a little bit taller than everybody else, but he's got that strong body banging on down there as well.
And that was aggressive offensive move. Smart, kept the ball in a position, came back to watch how he set that position, that move up, and then the high energy to go up for the rebound.
There's Freisler out from the corner. Long three, long rebound. Freisler finds Juhas in the middle. Slick move
Great
to
cut.
finish strong in the paint. And the Pioneers have scored 6 straight points.
And see, baskets in the paint. I mean, you may not find that is going to be your sweet spot all night, but that is where Pioneer should begin.
Right, in theory, they're going to be some of your easiest baskets, especially when you have the size of the Pioneers do right now.
And that confidence level just increases as you see that ball go through the basket as opposed to 3/4 of the way and popping back out.
Maples now having a hard time on their offense. Pioneers doing a really nice job playing out really excellent man defense where they're playing up and getting in the face of these Maples.
Yeah, you don't see all of this kind of defense in the first quarter, Nick, and that's kind of what is setting the table right now for the Pioneers.
Yeah, similarly to what the Maples were doing in that first quarter, trying to get buckets off transition, that tenacious defense. Pioneers are giving it right back at them. Little punch, counter punch here.
Yeah, and they're really only holding them to one actual possession or one shot before the Pioneers are rebounding and taking possession up court.
And I believe they're calling that officials timeout.
No, I believe Coach Kelly, Jordan Kelly for the Maples, he didn't like that set. But, it actually was Pioneer's ball, so it had to have been Pioneer with the timeout.
So you could see Mutinda there shaking his head vigorously, clearly liking what was being said down in there, or just saying affirmative. We can do this. We've got this.
Well, if the ball goes to him, we know what play was designed, right?
Exactly. As usual, this game being played at Pioneer High School. Pioneers in their whites with the purple trim. Maples in that royal blue, all royal blue.
And this is a lot of what we're going to see, because this is kind of the future lineup for the Pioneers. A lot of young players out there. Juhas is really only senior, right?
That would be correct, I believe. Huge three there by Nelson Sampa, the junior. 16-11 now, as the Pioneers are chipping away, making their comeback.
A little 10-0 run.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that. Can't complain about that one.
That was a double dribble, right? I thought he
I think
dribbled
that went off
first.
his knee.
Oh, okay.
Spin move, great fake, and a really strong finish there.
Alex Perez almost might get a technical. You can't be pointing the finger at a player after you do a spin-a-roo move, but it was nice.
Real nice. Great fake, got his man up in the air, then sent around him. Mutinda back going strong, and I'm sure that the Maples and their coaching staff were talking about, hey, we got to stop this Mutinda guy. There it is. Here we'll see. Got Freisler off his legs, stepped back, real strong finish, and yeah, that left finger point. It's good to have a little confidence. You feel good after you make a bucket like that. So I understand.
Nice head and shoulders fake.
Yep.
Ball in the paint. Get out of the paint. That's about 5 seconds in the paint.
Miles Powell, senior Miles Powell, hits that one from the corner. 18-14 now. Maples lead shrinking more and more. And you can start to hear that Pioneer student section getting into it.
Coming to life, right?
13-point streak goes a long way, wakes everybody up out there.
And now you can see even the Pioneers are moving the ball around the arc a little bit faster. They're moving that defense, and I wonder who's going to take over the paint now with Matinda out.
I mean, they might abandon it. It seems like they're spreading out as much as they can. Sampa is really good at field generaling out there, moving things around, and he sees the ball, or he sees the court so well. But here you can see some of that motion breaking in there. We saw Carson Strauss peeling away after sending that ball.
Oh, nearly taken away by Perez up top. Strong.
There's Chrysler, goes in strong, just like you were saying. That's what he should have been doing in that first quarter. Going in there, making his presence felt, and the Pioneers are down by a bucket.
That was a strong move to his left. I love that when a right-handed player goes to their left.
But not to be denied, that's Marian Ficklin hits that one. 20-16 now with 1:39 left to go here in the half. But we've got a game, Kevin Bryant.
Well, it didn't look like that at the end of the first quarter, right? But a 10-0 spurt there by Pioneer to begin the second quarter. And now, yeah, definitely a ball game. Crowd getting into it. Maybe it'll reach the temperature of the gym.
Man, is it warm in here.
It
is a warm one in
Tonight
here.
is
Not quite
man.
as warm as our YouTube channel. That's super hot. Scorching hot. Fire, as the kids say. Or the Instagram right there.
IG.
See that? Look at that. New graphic, new page, new pictures, behind-the-scenes pictures, week by week. Check it out, please.
And follow, and tell a friend to follow. Why not?
So 1:39 left to go here in this first half, as
And
you
this game
mentioned.
is floating through.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's great because they've let things play out. Very few fouls, but it hasn't been a really bang, hard body game. Any swipes coming in there.
2 chapters,
Yep.
really.
Yep.
It's been the Maples in the first, and then this Pioneer team has really come out with a sense of purpose here in this second period.
It's Miles Powell there back to Freisler. Freisler, little head juke, comes up to that
He's
corner,
feeling it. He's
hits
feeling
it, and finishes strong.
Bryce Stedler again. I think he is the guy for Coach Marion's squad. And once he starts getting going, everybody does.
That's Tristan Hayes coming in a little out of control. Tried a little
Little?
baby hook flying in there.
Ugh.
Sweet if it goes.
Yeah.
Stop it down to Freisler, who you said is feeling it, sends it up.
Heat check. A little off, though.
That
Never
was gonna
save it
be-
under your basket. That almost is 2 points.
Last touch there by the Maples with 45 seconds left to go here in the half. Sampa looking for anybody cutting
I'm more
in.
impressed with the defense by Pioneers. Their offense has been great.
And Miles Powell puts
First
the
lead.
Pioneers ahead 21-20 with that three-pointer.
Huge.
Yeah, huge. And as you said, there we go. We'll see that nice pick out there. Powell sees it, goes in, all twine, and the Pioneers have their first lead of the night. Elam answers, though, 22-21 now for the Maples, and some hard one-man press there
Yeah,
by
that was a
Ficklin.
scary inbounds
Yeah.
pass by Carson Strauss. I was looking back like, where is he throwing?
They were not expecting that with 4 seconds left here to go. Sampa finds his man in, down low,
Great
finish
down low
strong.
pass.
Great finish there by Antonio Christian, and that's exactly the bounce-back quarter that you want by your Pioneers, Kevin Bryant. Just an amazing comeback here by the Pioneers. Now up 23-22, 1-point lead here at halftime. Stick around, who knows what's to come in the second half on CTN Sports Game of the Week.
Ann Arbor is home to more than 150 parks. That's 150 reasons to get out and get active around town. In addition to more traditional parks, Ann Arbor has some unique amenities, like the Universal Access Playground, Ann Arbor Skate Park, and 2 disc golf courses, all free of charge. With all of this and more, Ann Arbor is sure to have something fun for everyone. Come out and see for yourself. Visit a2gov.org/parks or call 734-794-6230 for more information.
Catch up on FYI and other CTN programs at a2gov.org/watchctn.
Hey, Peanut, guess what? What? Alicia is on Camp TV. Let's watch it.
I don't really feel like it.
Why?
Because I want to watch the interview with the mayor of Ann Arbor.
Well, guess what? What? Alicia's interviewing the mayor.
Oh, really? That's awesome. Okay, I'll watch it.
Yay!
The City Place updated black and white recycling stickers on all available recycle carts at single-family homes the week of June 27th. If your cart was missed, a sticker was left for you to place on your cart yourself. To apply the sticker to the lid, first clean the old label and the surface around it with all-purpose cleaner. If the lid is dirty, the sticker won't stick. It will stick to the dirt instead of the lid. Let the lid dry. Remove one side of the sticker back and place it at the edge of the old information. Remove the other side of the back of the sticker and slide your hand across it as you apply it to the cart lid. For questions, contact customer service.
And here we are, everybody. Thank you for joining us for second half action here for CTN Sports Game of the Week at Pioneer High School. Kevin Bryant, a mad dash for the Pioneers there, scoring 22 points in that quarter. Tell us about that first half.
Well, the first half was 2 quarters, really. First quarter, all Maples, 16-1. And then flip that up. The defense of the Pioneers really stepped up in the second quarter, and that was the difference.
Yeah, right you are. It was the defense for both of these squads that led to transition points, easier buckets, and obviously turnovers, getting more opportunities that way. The defense for both sides has been where it is, so we'll see who wants it more here in the second half.
Strong move with Christensen. I love that move, though. Wasn't successful, but that's the way you like to start out a half.
No, and again, Christian is another one of those big bodies for the Pioneers, so he's going to go in there and try to throw some weight around, and maybe next time around he gets that. Maybe one of those Maples gets a little bit out of his way as he goes in there.
Well, yeah, or even take some contact. This one you want to go all the way to the rim.
Sampa finds Freisler. Freisler finishes with his left.
Sampa really slowed down and allowed his man to get into a scoring position. Nice pocket pass and finish.
Yeah, Sampa played that one just perfectly because if he pushes that full speed ahead, it's him against 2 Maples. But the way he slowed up, he let Freisler get in with him, and he found his man and got the Pioneers back in the lead 25-24.
And maybe it's that side of the basket or the side of the court. The left side of the court is the turnover side.
Could be. Miles Powell with the 3 in the corner. We've seen a couple of three-pointers from him so far, and he's continuing that hot three-point streak. Pioneers up 28-24 now, and Coach Marion with a decidedly different demeanor all of a sudden about 15 minutes later.
Feeling good on senior night now, and then Miles Powell with his 3rd three-pointer, nothing but cord. He was even outside of our camera angle.
That's
shooting.
Way outside.
Oh,
That's so
deep.
outside when
He
you don't
was
even
so
show up in the
deep.
camera.
Oh, man.
Nonetheless, believe me, everybody, that was Miles Powell down in the corner, and he's feeling it. As you said, Kevin, that's his 3rd three-pointer. And everything going pretty nicely for the Pioneers. Now, if you're the Maples, how do you turn this thing back around?
Well, it really started well for the Maples by the Pioneers' mistakes. All of those turnovers gave them easy buckets and easy transition. We really haven't seen a lot of success out of the Maples because the Pioneers are so long at the defensive end, they can switch out and help out at another turnover there caused by that D.
And that's what we saw from the Maples the entire first quarter right there. Just poking your hand in there, knocking it away, and then a teammate grabs it and runs up with it. There's Freisler moving the ball around, finds the man down in the corner. Another three-point attempt by the Pioneers. No go. Freisler finishes strong, though, just above everybody else, head and shoulders above everybody else. Gets that offensive board and finishes.
Yeah, Nate had great position, right place at the right time, and spring in his legs. He has been playing great since coming off the bench tonight for the first time all year.
And then Elam refuses to let the Maples go away. Elam and Ficklin are both on the train of not letting the Pioneers get too far away. There's Miles Powell, heat check. as we say, because he was out there. And I don't think Coach Marion is super stoked about that shot either.
Yeah, he's having a conversation. Coach Marion was with Powell asking him about that decision, and you're right. It didn't look like he was too happy with it.
No, you don't need to shoot that. Like, work the ball around a little bit more. There's no reason you need that shot in particular.
And I tell you, the Maples have zero help down low in the box. I mean, when they shoot a shot, it's either going in or it's not. They're not hitting the boards.
And there's Sampa brings one in and out. Yeah, the Maples, their offensive boards have pretty much been non-existent since that first quarter.
And now they're playing a little one-on-one here.
There's Elam with a deep three-pointer. Just barely gets front iron, rebounded by the Pioneers, and now pushed up. As Uhas with a nice fake. Gets his man, and then Freisler, again, just rips that right away from
But he did a bad thing. What did he do bad? Brought that ball down.
Yep.
You keep that ball up above your shoulders, especially when you're the tallest player out there on the court. Nobody will get a chance to tie you up.
That's exactly right. There's a long send out to Freisler. Finds Powell down in that corner and over to Christian. Freisler wide open from beyond the arc, and he knocks that one down. And the Pioneers are rolling.
Well, that's what you were saying before when I said Freistetler needed to get inside. You said, well, Kevin, he's good on the outside. He's showing how good he is on the outside by catching and shooting. That's a guy, if I'm the Maples, you got to know where he's at.
Oh, the whole time. But he is still going down low. He's getting some offensive boards as well. He's asserting himself down low, and that's forcing the Maples to draw in on him, and then that's opening things out for him on the outside as well. Right there like that. They just couldn't. He got lost in the shuffle. Everybody was unsure where he was, and Freisler, with complete confidence, knocks down that three-pointer.
Lost in the shuffle. Perfect analogy.
And the Pioneers back at it offensively again with 3:56 here to go in the third quarter. Trying to find their players down low. That's Matinda down low. There's Powell.
This looks like probably the strongest lineup that Coach Marion can put out there.
Really nice and finger roll in there. Payson couldn't quite finish that one off. Now Matinda to the line.
I think that was Payson on that scoop shot with his left hand.
Matinda front iron off that first free throw attempt. Yep, Payson nice behind the back,
Good
goes
cross,
in
yeah.
and almost gets that one to fall. But hard-working Matinda underneath. Draws the foul and 1 for 2 at the charity stripe.
Matinda has no kind of arc on that shot.
Not on that second one especially. That was
is
dead
straight.
flat. It was Cartwright-esque.
See, not a lot of ball movement out of the Maples right now.
I mean, even when things were going well for them that first quarter, ball movement and half-court sets weren't really their forte. You
Breaking
saw a
people
lot.
down.
Yeah, you saw Ficklin and Elam doing a lot of that. Exactly that. And then they were getting some offensive rebounds. But a lot of this starts and ends with Ficklin and Elam. There's Ficklin right there to Elam from the long side.
And again, the defensive boards are just dominated right now by the Pioneers.
Yeah, no second chance points for the Maples. And I'm curious if that's what one of the big things that Coach Marion is talking about at halftime. And there, Pacernak, nothing but nothingness on that shot.
Freistetler even going for the balls that are going out of bounds. Excellent effort.
Well, when you're feeling it, you're feeling it. You just
keep that, try
think
to
you
keep
know
the
exactly
possession.
where the ball's going to bounce.
Parker's second shot.
Parker hit a big three early in that first half. Haven't called his name too much since.
And now you see the Pioneers running some screens with trying to get the ball downside in the paint.
And Matinda goes up strong.
He does a good job of setting up his shot. He goes one way, but he's coming back the other.
And he's not ever out of control, it doesn't seem like. He seems very
Good
in
balance.
control of his body. Really good balance, exactly right.
A lot of contact on that, and there's just the foul called.
Yeah, that's going to have to be on Dylan Pacer. I'm so sure coming in on that one. Here we'll see Matinda on that last one.
He takes his man to the center of the paint, back steps in, and has an easy lay-in.
And even once he went up, he drew a little bit of contact, contorted his body ever so slightly, but still felt really in control, extended those arms, and he got that one in.
And good strength to finish.
There's that last foul by Pacernik coming in on Elam.
Yeah, you saw he had a little hand on the body there on the shot.
Yeah, just enough to change the general shot for Elam. Elam rattles in that second one, 36-30 now. The Maples will not go away.
And now they got a little defensive pressure after that made bucket. Pioneer just attacked that defense.
Really nice patience, really nice patience. They weren't afraid to go backwards once or twice. Sampa once again seeing the ball, seeing the entire court really well, and finding a place to attack that really high press.
Freistadler, he doesn't have to score to, impact the game.
No, like you said, at this point, he's made enough of an impact where everybody just needs to know where he is. So moving around without the ball is going to be huge.
Love that. Love that.
Or Freistler stays home and knocks that one away. Big block.
Did he knock his own poster down? Oh, no. He got to get Eve Claire into working job now.
That's Delaney he knocked down.
Eve
So that's one of six over there. Yeah.
She did that one-handed.
She's tough.
She's strong.
There's Freistler slapping that one away. Heads up, Delaney.
Oh, man, not again.
Freistler continues to affect this game on the offensive and the defensive side of things.
He had an assist on the last play, finding Matinda down low, had a three-pointer before that.
And another really nice methodical job of breaking that high press by the Pioneers. Surgical precision breaking that press. Now so much so that they're not even pushing up anymore. They broke the press and they can get into their half-court offense, which is what they want.
Well, what I was going to say is they've actually forced the defensive side of the Maples. They're now in a zone trying to stop that Pioneer attacking paint, that they've been doing from Matinda as well as Freistadler, just going in and being successful inside.
And there's Powell out there. Oh, can't get that one to drop in and out several times. That was an unfriendly rim down from that corner. And now Carson DeKaiser for the Maples sends that one out with 1 minute to go.
Whoa.
There's Picklin just getting up to steal that pass away. Draws contact.
Wow.
Doesn't finish, but he'll be going to the line for two.
Now that was a defensive play, right?
Here we can see Sampa. Look at him go up one-handed and bring that down. Beautiful.
Oh, that was sick.
And almost finished with some more circus theatrics.
Well, he's so
there.
long, right? He keeps the ball on the opposite side away from the defender and just gets that little flick at the end. Flicklin with the flick.
Sure, that'll work. This is that first one. And I'm surprised, Kevin Bryant. We are almost through three quarters here. You haven't mentioned Ficklin's shoes.
Any shoes? Well,
real nice.
I've been
Really
impressed.
good.
I've been impressed with some of the Pioneer shoes.
Fair
They're
enough.
sporting some purple on their shoes. They're not going, crazy colors. They're keeping it, at least inside the lane.
Well, I feel like with the Maples, when you've got these uniforms, they're really pretty classic. They're throwback. They're pretty basic.
Oh, they're boring.
I'm trying to be as polite as possible. And so, yeah, you're going to have to get some flair out there somewhere, somehow. Another really nice job working the ball through the middle, then to the outside. Quick touches, breaking that press, and then trying to get back down into their half-court offense.
What was the gym in Hoosiers? Because that's what reminds me when I go down to Adrian. It is small. It's an old school gym.
Like that.
I mean,
like that. Feel like you're playing some old school hoops?
Where's Shooter at?
Yeah.
Come out here and design that play.
Back to 2023. Matinda to Freistler. Finds his man
mixing up
Pacernik. Freistler, happy birthday to you. Goes
Thank
in
you.
and finishes that one off the glass. Another paint point for Nate Freistler. And 14 seconds to go here in this third quarter. Pioneers with a 9-point lead.
And you never would have thunk this if you came in at the end of the first quarter, right?
No. Sampa trying to get that one off the deck. Finds his man up to Powell. Powell's going to cross the half-court line. One last chance. nearly there, and we are nearly there with this game, CTN's Game of the Week. That's the end of the third quarter here at Pioneer. The Pioneers leading Adrian 40-31. Stick around, though. Fourth quarter action coming right up.
Up, greasy pizza boxes.
Ugh, glass bottles not emptied.
Yogurt containers with. Ew! Cat food still in the can is bad.
But oh, so good. Hey, what are you doing?
Relax, Mom. We're here to help.
Oh, this stuff could ruin the entire recycling load.
Wow, I had no idea.
Chill. We'll show you the ropes.
Michigan needs to recycle better, and that change starts with you. Learn the rules of recycling at recyclingraccoons.org.
And here we are, everybody. Fourth quarter action, CTN Sports Game of the Week at Pioneer High School. The Pioneers lead 40-31 over the visiting Adrian Maples. Kevin Bryant, third quarter, again going the way the Pioneers wanted to, but we've seen quick points in bursts by the Maples. This game is far from over.
It's far from over, but if you're the Maples and you're the Maple coaching staff, you're making sure that everybody knows where number 10 for the Pioneers is at. I mean, you take away Freisteller out of the game, and you're probably winning, right?
No, you're completely correct about that, but the other aspect of that is, well, speaking of Freisler right there, Matinda, great board, goes up and fouled. He'll go back to the line. Really, to me, the problem with the Adrian has had these last 3 quarters, 2.5 quarters, is they're just not getting handsy anymore. They're not getting their hands in and knocking those balls away from the Pioneers. So whether it's the Pioneers doing just a better job of holding on to the ball, protecting the ball, or if the Maples just aren't getting in there and poking things away. There's Matinda one last time getting knocked.
Parker with the head, yeah, I like that. But, you know, Matinda, you saw that effort. He came from outside and out-hustled the defender from Adrian to get in position for that rebound.
And that's what we've seen this young man bring to this entire game. Just a lot of hustle, not being afraid to go down and bang bodies down there.
Ooh. I thought they outlawed traveling in this
sport. This is the NBA,
sport.
man. This is MHSAA. They will call you for traveling, carrying.
Love it. Love it. We still haven't seen a carrying call in about 5 years.
In minimum 5.
But, I mean, at least the travel. Let's count
and
the
there
steps.
It is, yeah.
1, 2.
Well, he spun. He never kept his pivot foot to begin with, and then a couple of steps afterwards.
Well, if we put that one out, and we might have to put that one out on our social media, and ask if this is a traveling or not, I'm sure it's 50-50.
Well,
responses would be.
I mean, yeah, if that's Giannis doing that, but if it's this dude, like in high school, MHSAA.
Well, who's this guy watching,
that.
though? He's watching Giannis.
Yeah, I suppose that's right. And back into, I'll just take that non sequitur away for a moment, just bring it right back here.
I think he dribbled that one out of bounds.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think he hit the line underneath there.
Matinda, though, that's where he sticks in his wheelhouse. You know, a lot of guys, they'll step back, maybe try something that they're not familiar with. He knows, I'm a guy that plays down low inside.
Right, he knows his role, and that's what's so important to make it an actual full team. Know what you're good at, know what you're supposed to be doing. There's always time to grow, don't get me wrong, but when we need you, you're our energy guy. You're our guy in there that's banging down low, that's fighting for those offensive rebounds, that's fighting for those defensive rebounds.
You know, I don't think that they're allowed to scream while another opposing team has the ball, because in the SEC Red, they have a student code of conduct.
I've seen that. I've seen this. I saw the tweet.
And I think that's one of the things that they can't do.
Well, I'm just excited that we're awake out here. I'm glad the student section is going. They're ready to go. They've got some energy now finally here in the fourth quarter on a Taco Tuesday night.
And you know these guys, they're very close to spring break. So to see them out on a Tuesday night, yeah, love to have the crowd.
Nice job by Juhas to find his man. Antonio Christin not to be deterred after a double block there, keeps at it and then draws a foul.
Get a little shot of our cheerleaders. But Christian, on that move, it looked like he was looking for the contact as opposed to trying to finish.
Yes, that's a great point. nonetheless, here he is at the charity stripe. Just unfortunate rim this evening over there.
Yeah, sometimes you would think that Pioneer is on the road, the way the rim has been unkind to him on both sides.
Finishes that second one, though, so 50% there for Antonio Christian, and now the Pioneers with a 9-point lead over the Maples, and the Maples have got to get something going here. Here we go, it might be Elam to do it.
Well, that's probably the first offensive rebound from the Maples in a while.
And Sean Parker's the one that brought that one down and finished, and you're right, we haven't seen them pull down an offensive board in quite some time.
Oh, good heads up by Juhas.
Freisler tosses it backwards.
And Freisler is long.
Yeah.
Yeah, his arm, it seemed like he was still in court, and he was touching the backstop back there behind under the basket.
And we saw some worried cheerleaders as he was coming in down low under the hoop.
Boy, let's see here. The way that it's only turned into a two-man game now for Adrian. No ball movement around the perimeter at all.
No, you're right. It really seems like it's just it's Ficklin and Elam trying to find something even remotely open. They'll take anything. They'll take any little opening they can get. And then maybe the other guys are going to try to pull down some offensive rebounds.
And their defense, the Maples, isn't they did get some turnovers in the first quarter, but it seemed to be bad passing by the Pioneers. They don't have that guy that's getting into the passing lane.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe in hindsight that was a little bit of lackadaisicalness by the Pioneers in that first quarter, allowing the Maples to poke a hand in. I mean, again, they did it the whole first quarter.
It was senior night. You had a lot of different people that were in the starting lineup, not normally in the starting lineup. And for Coach Marion, kudos to him for allowing those guys to experience varsity level last time on your home court, no matter what the game scoreboard was looking like.
Well, that's high school sports, and that's what it's all about, getting these kids out there to recognize
Building
what
up
they've
young
done.
men.
Yeah, exactly. Showing the appreciation for the work that they've put in.
I love it. I was over here screaming, I was over here screaming, timeout, timeout, timeout. But then that's why he's coaching. I'm a commentator. Coach Marion says, okay, it's time to bring in my guns, my young guns.
Yep.
And it really, kick-started that second quarter because the young guns came in fresh. And really played some defense.
Yep, and the Pioneers, they weathered that storm.
Yeah.
They stood back and saw what the Maples were all about and maybe dissected them a little bit, seeing what they were capable of and figuring out what to do and what not to do moving forward when they started getting the Freislers in, when Sampa came in. And, that's just where we're at now. The Pioneers with a 7-point lead with 5:30 to go. And it just really feels like they're in command of this one.
Yeah, and right now the Pioneers are 2 fouls away from being at the foul line as well. So continue to be aggressive. Pound that ball inside. That's where you've been very successful.
Yep, I think we'll see a little bit more of Antonio Christian down there.
And Strauss is looking straight down inside to Christensen. He's posting up, asking for the ball, but they couldn't find him.
You see Freisler in motion down in the baseline, hounded by Elam. Nice play by Juhas to get his man off once again. Head fake, gets his man off his feet, and he just leans back and finishes that one from, 12 feet?
That's why he's a captain.
Yep.
That was smooth.
Flicking, trying to work it around, finds his man outside. Long three, no go, and the Pioneers will push this one up now quickly. Juhas attacking, finds Christian. Back inside, and a good, strong finish to Carson Strauss, the junior.
Anytime you're in trouble, young guys, put that ball up in that box, and you never know what happened. Strauss took that contact with the left hand, no doubt, put it up on the box, and he gets rewarded to go to the foul line.
And so important to be able to finish with either hand, giving yourselves those multiple options there. Here we can see Juhas kick it in second gear there, gets down to Christian, and he finds Strauss in the middle there. Finishes strong. Couldn't get the end one, but nice job.
Christian, I love his vision there. He hasn't had the greatest offensive night, but to find a teammate in scoring position, good job.
Freisler getting the crowd up there. Dipsy-do by Freisler, but
is that a charge on
Strauss?
Strauss? It's coming right at you, cheerleaders.
Pioneer 11-point lead now, 4:20 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Ficklin calling out the plays, trying to get his guys in motion. A little bit of isolation, kicks it out to Elam. Elam for three, nothing but offensive rebound by number 23, finishes there. That's Alex Perez. Bucket and the foul.
Yeah, good head and shoulder fake, got Christian in the air and finished another finish with the left hand.
And that's a nice job by Perez to beat in on that shot. He knew that the Elam shot wasn't going anywhere. And yeah, really nice work, gets Christian off his feet, draws the contact, and then finishes.
And it wasn't too special because he's left-handed.
Still looks sweet.
Yeah, it was.
Uhas moving the ball up quickly. Strauss now on top of the key, finding Powell. Powell has not had a lot of space since he's asserted himself as a three-point shooter.
Wow.
Lots of good, quick motion there, eventually found by Freisler, and finishes with an easy bucket right underneath. But that play was really, really made by Christian.
Yeah, and I love the pass again by Christian, but how many fouls could we have called on the defender of Miles Powell? Miles Powell probably has about 5 bruises on his arm.
There's Elam off-balance shot off the glass. Powell pulls that rebound in, gets it to Uhas, who has a reach-in foul called on him. And Uhas will now be going to the line for a 1-and-1.
Yep, and both teams in the penalty now. Good job of securing that ball there by Uhas. 2 hands on it and ripped it away from the defender.
Yeah, the Pioneers just top to bottom doing a much better job of protecting the basketball in these last 3 quarters. Uhas calmly knocks down that first one. He will be rewarded with a second opportunity. Uhas gets the second, and the Pioneers up 12 points now, 50-38. .point lead. Far cry from about an hour ago when they had a 15-point deficit after the end of that first quarter.
Good defense again by Freisler. I mean, he's everywhere on this game. Offense, defense, rebounds, assists. Yeah. He's trying to be a key player of the game, I'm telling you.
He might be first in line up there. Yeah. Uhas receives the pass, beats his man coming up the court. Maples will drop back into a softer man defense. Uhas trying to penetrate, but no go. Finds Strauss out there. Freisler, the man of the hour now. Switch defense. Nice poke away by Elam. Freisler on his heels,
checking him, though.
He knew it.
He was
knew
getting
he
home.
knew he was back there, and that's a nice, solid finish by Elam. Knowing the man was behind him, but great defense, great hands, and a really good first step to get out there.
Well, and smart play on the defensive end by Freisler, not going up and giving that 2-pointer into a 3-pointer by trying to attempt the block, and that creates not just an extra point, but momentum.
And here's Elam once again getting into that passing lane, coming up strong. Freisler that time did go for it, and he knocked that one down. That was a great play by Freisler because he let Elam get up off his feet, contort. He looked like he was trying to drop contact. Freisler didn't fall for it. He stayed strong, just kept his hands up.
Rule
and
of verticality, right?
Yes.
I mean, he went straight up in the air, allowed the defender or the offensive player to come to him, but great job of blocking and keeping the ball in play.
Yeah, that's a great job by Freisler in these last 2 plays of picking his spots.
I like that.
Miles Powell now hits his first. Both teams in the bonus.
Powell, leading free throw shooter by percentage for the Pioneers, 70%.
Like that. That's what you like in high school. You can't ask for anything more than that. I mean, you can't ask for more as a coach.
Well, yeah,
you're not
of
going to
course.
get
You can always ask for more, right?
And now the Pioneers leading 51-40. There's Elam again. He feels like he's feeling it.
Christian had that one. Man, he's mad it slipped out of his fingers. Little and one dribble, carry, and everything up top.
Elam working hard down there in these last few minutes to try to get some offensive rebounds and really try to lead by example, going as strong as he can. He's flying all over this court.
Throwing his
and
body
he's
in
tugging
there.
out.
But another tough guy for the Maples is 23. Perez is getting downside. They might not have the size of the Maples, but they definitely have some tough spirit.
Yeah, that never give up, that never say die, work hard ethic is going to get you fired. We saw what it can get you in that first quarter.
This ref, I mean, he's called some of the most odd calls throughout the game, and we've had him on CTN Sports before. And let's just say he's consistent.
There it is. That's all I want from my referees is consistency. Then at least you know what you're getting. There's the long one there by Sean Parker. No go. Elam almost pulls that one in.
That was set shot beautiful. Now Pioneer can run some clock now.
Yeah, try to set a few high screens, find Freisler cutting in, finds Powell on the corner, but a foul before that pass is dished away. And it's going to be a block on Parker, and that'll send Freisler to the line. You can see Freisler there, draws contact, looking for Powell
Really
the
close.
whole
That's a
way.
tough-
He knew it.
Well, yeah, that's a tough call on the official there because it's bang, bang, right? And, you know, sometimes the momentum sways even the call for the official because that could have been easily charged.
Yeah, that could have went either way. You're completely correct about that. I think that we had a lane violation.
I think somebody came into the key after the ball was handed out, so yeah.
Yeah, just a little over anxious there.
And sometimes refs love getting on CTN. I mean, that FaceTime.
Yeah, it's
Their numbers go
frustrating
up on their
getting that.
social media.
Freisler there pulls down another rebound, trying to find Juhas, who he gets, and here we can see on
Let's
that
see
last
this.
replay.
Did he go in early? Go in early.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it almost looked like the Maples were in
went in
there
early. That's
before,
what I thought he
yeah.
caught it on after I looked at the replay.
Yeah.
But again, we didn't have a lot of whistles throughout the night. Move smooth. Got to give these guys a little bit of FaceTime. Let's see this. Our
I
director
wonder
really
if
wants to see the. Is it the toe?
No. Yeah, I'm not so sure. I think that might have been Madden Delaney possibly in there a little bit before.
Strauss with another block there.
And the length of the Pioneers has really been a big part of the story.
It showed
here
up
in this
really.
comeback.
It
Yep.
showed up on the defensive and the offensive rebounds, the many blocks and steals.
There's Strauss working this one, trying to hold on, gets the ball to Juhas, the senior, with the composure, knows he can move his man around a little bit, still trying to dish away to a player, and then Elam refuses to give up, still with those quick hands, trying to poke away and get as many points out of this as possible. Madden Delaney, though.
Gotta love it getting the senior on the board, right?
Delaney,
His first 2 points.
Yep, Delaney gets the dagger to put the Pioneers up 13 now with only 5 seconds left. Perez finishes that one out, and that will do it for this game as the Pioneers will make complete a massive comeback from that first quarter to end up winning 53-42. Please stick around, though. We've got our key player of the game coming right up.
Hey folks, I hope you like what you're watching, and if you do, hit that little like button and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at A2CTN Sports. And welcome back to the CTN Sports key player of the game. You were all over this court. Points, rebounds, assists, block shots. What was your thought process coming into tonight?
We came out slow, and my goal coming into the game was just to get my fingerprints all over everything and really affect the game.
Mission accomplished. Senior night. What does that mean for you, not being a senior, but for your fellow players that, this is their last time playing on this court?
Yeah, we've defended home court well this year, so it was exciting to finish the seniors' career off strong. So it was a great time.
Well, you're getting ready for districts. And one last question, your defense. It really showed up. Starting off the game down by 15 points and then winning by 12 points. Great job. What can you say about Coach Marion and the defense that he gives you guys?
Practice, we focus on defense more than anything, so it's really starting to show, and we're just trying to ride that into districts next week.
Well, what better way than to end your season with the key player of the game? Nate Freisettler, our key player of the game. Nick, now back to you, buddy.
So much to everybody that makes this broadcast possible. On camera this evening, we had Mo Sislak El Mazri, Ken Simpson. On audio replay, we've got Jackson L. Gorland, and our director, of course, Rob Crisscross. For Kevin Bryant, I'm Nick Wisniewski. Thank you, everybody, for joining us along on this winter season. Stick around, and we'll see you in the springtime.